We got Mark here doing a little UFC PI tour for a lot of the Danish fans and also some of the Danish people from back home where he's from. The mayor's here also. So he's giving everybody a little tour here at the PI Institute.
So I brought, a lot of the Danish who travel from Denmark to Vegas just to watch this fight, to share this experience with me. They're getting the opportunity to get a tour at the UFC PI. I have the mayor of our area. He actually flew over, so he's here. That was John. So I'm pretty excited. I think this is an exciting journey, and it's all about giving back to the people that helped me get to this point. We're here to support and cheer on me on Saturday, so it's exciting, man.
So this is welcome to the UFC Performance Institute. So what we try and do here is align every service that every professional athlete in every other sport has to the UFC fighter. So if you think about it, physical therapy, sports dietetics, which is huge in a weight class sport like the UFC or any mixed martial arts. Physical therapy. Turns out if you're an athlete, you get hurt, let alone if you're an athlete that fights people in a cage for a living, then you're going to get hurt. Not necessarily injured, but banged up. So we want to align your physical therapy, your strength conditioning, your sports science, your dietetics, everything kind of in one place so it all works together, right? So me and Martin, actually, we did all those things. We went to PTs, we had strength coaches, we had nutritionists, but nobody ever talked to anybody. So we kind of did this over here and that over here, and we would go and we would do jits, and our jits coach would want us to go really hard. And then we would go that night, and then our boxing coach would want us to box really hard. And so you have no load management, right? So your training isn't synchronized, and it doesn't make it better, it just gets you beat up a lot. So we try to align all those services and kind of help athletes let everything work together, and we have a pretty amazing facility we do it at, and I'll show it to you. So that little thing that looks like a tanning bed actually reduces your whole body inflammation. And then of course we have the ice bath, 50 degrees, I don't know what that is in Celsius, 10, and then 105. So you do the contrast tubs, and I heard that was Klaus. That's
big guy over here.
Get in there for us. You got the extra meat, so it doesn't bother you. You got the insulation, so you don't have to feel it. All right, so obviously physical therapy, right? You guys know what this is. They do cupping, dry needling, instrument-assisted soft tissue. So if you look out, you can see the strength floor where the strength coaches are from the physical therapy room. That's something we pride ourselves as communication between our physical therapy team and our strength and conditioning team, right? So a lot of times you'll see workouts that start in one area and end in another, and that's that whole, prehab, rehab. It's very popular to say these days, but we'd like to think we do it. And we'll see, we cruise through here. Do you know if anybody's into nutrition? This is a very, very important room for our athletes. The information that comes out of here not only helps the sports dietetics team, but for me, so I blew this knee out pretty bad. I did the DEXA, and I have 2 pounds less muscle in this leg than this leg. So we identified that. We build a plan to correct it, right? So again, a lot of uses in here. All right, so this is our main strength floor. So here you're coming in a little bit. I'll show you what makes this facility different than most, right? So it's just kind of a big space, but we do a lot of profiling, power diagnostics right here. So this is a bilateral force plate. So remember I was talking about my left leg. So we do exercises here to determine your symmetry, your power, your rate of force development, so how explosive you are, for lack of a better term. If you look there, this is actually one of the most expensive rooms in the building, and that's because it doubles as a hypoxic chamber. So high altitude, low oxygen. But right now they're doing, looks like some sort of metabolic test or maybe a VO2 max test. So that'll tell you basically how big is your energy and how many times can it go.
A little bit of food at night, that's it. Yeah, so it's get my weight down really, really fast. Yo, what up? We're back, baby. We back, baby. Ah! Let's get that work. Y'all know what day it is? Y'all know what time it is?
It's Thursday. So you have your wrestling, your grappling-based sports would take place right here. Your striking sports here. karate, taekwondo, etc. Boxing, Muay Thai, more over there. You have a strength and conditioning circuit, so you can do, where you hit the bag and then go to a piece of cardio equipment, something like that. And then, of course, if you kind of put all those different areas together, you have the octagon. So right here, it's just basically a camera, so you can watch your sparring back and just record it here. And then you can watch it back. Come on through here. So right here, guys, the value of owning Las Vegas real estate. Your dream could come true. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys won't be surprised, but I was surprised to find out that only, 33% of the UFC roster? We were just looking at it, right? Yeah, 33% of the UFC roster is actually from the US. That means it's from all over, even Denmark. So we do all kinds of stuff in here, but what we really like to pride ourselves as far as the strength and conditioning team, the PI itself, we like to have summits or forums in here where we have the best coaches from kicking, punching, grappling, right? So from the mixed martial arts world, and then we bring in our coaches, our PhDs that can explain what's actually happening on a cellular level to the human body during mixed martial arts, and then the coaches can use that information to set their training, right? So we want all the information that we glean from this building to disseminate out into the world, and that's part of the reason why we have oh, there we go. I knew it. Big favorite. So we actually have another facility 3 times bigger over in Shanghai.
I was like, that's the famous wall I always see where people take. I was like, where did they get those lights?
The Star Trek wall. Hey, as you guys pass, these are my 2 favorite quotes from the UFC canon here. If you're under 5'9", then you should really learn this one. So the UFC purchased this building as well. It's the UFC Apex. It's another 110,000 square feet, and it's actually where the Contender Live Series takes place over there. So you guys familiar with the Contender? That's where it takes place. We also have a gym almost the same size as this one over there, but without the technology, right? So it's great for us, so we can do some testing here, and then like on fight week, at Assandu you can work out over there, and American work out over here, and kind of, they don't have to cross paths, and that's actually what's happening this week.
Mens vi lige går forbi her, Palle. Se, hvem der hænger her. Getting this one. Coach. Head coach.
I mean, I think it's huge. It brings a little bit of piece of home to him and back to him in what he likes to do. But he has a growing demographic, I think, in America now. But it just kind of shows the support that he's already built in Denmark. So I think it's awesome.
So, it's nice to see UFC in Denmark.
It's great, and we've got an amazing relationship with Viaplay and Viasat. Those guys are doing a great job, growing our sport and profiling athletes like Mark, and I think it's it's only upside from here.
Good to hear.
It's great. It's great.
So you're all over the world, huh?
Yeah, I mean, as a company, we're all over the world. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's huge because the sport is still in such an infancy phase, and then you're starting to see young athletes that aren't playing the stereotypical baseball, football, basketball anymore. They're starting off as young athletes in this sport. So they're starting off wrestling, they're starting off with jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, if you will. So they're already kind of in combat sports at a young age, where I think when we all first started, we were all playing different sports. And you're starting to see like the evolution of these young kids coming in, and they're able to do things that it took guys forever to learn how to do. Now they're doing it at such a young age. So, but it's across the world. It's across the world now, and that's the way the sport's growing. So it's amazing.
We're looking forward to Saturday.
Excellent. Big performance in this guy. Now you got to let him get some rest.
Yeah.
You got to cut some weight.
Thank you, John. Thank you. I think this is a unique opportunity to give back to the folks that supported me on this journey. I decided to retire wrestling 2 years ago and move 100% into MMA, and this is just like a fraction of the guys back home who have been supporting me. So I think this is a good chance to get some good energy in, have a laugh with the guys, share their expectation and joy for what's coming. And weigh-in is tomorrow morning, and then Saturday it's it's showtime. I can't wait.